which are the things we have to go for. I will send anyway the informations. National Film Awards, it is very important. Then Oscar Award, generally asking that question I am telling. Grammy Award, Oscar Award, Nobel Prize, National Film Fare Award. Then these are the awards generally asking for. Information. I am concentrating now fully on history. Probably in 2 days I'll send you that. Then IPL match and everything is important. So all the world match is important, especially tennis match. Generally asking every times. So concentrate on this GK. Generally, 4 to 5 questions only will ask generally. So concentrate on this area so that you can score the marks. Those who are reading daily text newspaper, it will be easy for them also. Anyway, today we'll continue with the same things what we discussed previous class. I'm not going to recap today. I'll go a little faster because some of the cadets me to little move faster. So we'll go a little faster today. So that tomorrow we'll start at 3:30 to 5:30, maybe extended to 6 o'clock. So we can cover up some part of the history other than this area. So, but you concentrate maximum on this freedom struggles. If possible, start from 1857 to 1947. This 90 years is very important. Most of the questions are coming from this area only. Generally, if you look into the previous question papers. So smart boys will more focus on this ones rather than going for the ancient history, where the Paleolithic, Neolithic, Mesolithic, and Bronze, Iron Age, and all. So concentrate on this freedom struggles from 1857 to 1947. So most of the questions are coming from there only there. Okay. So we will have the further discussion also there. Today, if possible, we'll finish all parts. Let me record it. He joined, it is because of Annie Besant. Don't forget, Annie Besant's Lucknow Pact. Lucknow Pact is very important. So 1907, 1916, 1922, don't forget. 1907, first time the Indian National Congress split into moderate and extremists. 1916, Lucknow Pact, both joined together. Then 1922, Gaya sessions. Again, Indian National Congress split into two groups. One group C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. Another group Sardar Vallabhai Patel and C. Rajagopalachari. So two groups. So first group C.R. Das, Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru. Another groups C. Rajagopalachari and don't forget that is very important. C. Rajagopalachari and Sardar Vallabhai Patel. When I talk about Sardar Vallabhai Patel, you have to remember always Bardoli movements in Gujarat. Okay, Bardoli movement is Gujarat is very important. They are closely connected to Sardar Vallabhai Patel. Rajendra Prasad is closely connected to Champaran revolt. Okay, Jay Prakash Narayan and all related to Mahadeva Desai, Rajendra Prasad. They are all belongs to Champaran revolts. So each places have one leader. C. Rajagopalachari generally comes into the southern part of India, especially Tamil Nadu and all. We'll discuss that. So here, don't forget the 1707, 1716, 1722. Don't forget. I'm not going to tell all the years to you. So here some correlation is there, some link is there. That is why I want to share with you this one. So don't forget 1907, Surat split. Don't forget this 1922 Gaya sessions. But when this the Swaraj Party was formed means you have to remember 1923. 1923 party was formed. but split into two groups in the 1922. Don't forget this one. So one group is a C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. If you feel so, that you can note down also. Nothing problem with this one. So you can write running note also there. Okay, because all the point I cannot include also. Everything you cannot type it here. So I'm telling orally, you can note it down if you feel it is good for you. So here two C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. Another group is here Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and C. Rajagopalachari. Similarly, I told before 1920, Bala Gangadhar Tilak was all in all leader of the freedom fight. After 1920 only, Gandhiji became the main leader of the, or he came to the mainstream there after the death of Bala Gangadhar Tilak in the year of 1920. Gandhiji came to known to all the peoples in the country. It is because of the non-cooperation movement. That was the first ever seen movement by Gandhiji. So Gandhiji had mainly three movements. One is their non-cooperation movement. Second one, civil disobedience movement. Non-cooperation movement from 1920 to 1922. Then civil disobedience movements from 1930 to 1932. Then last one is a 1942 Quit India movements. So we come to know about Gandhiji through this three movements that you don't forget. One is a non-cooperation movement. That is the first ever seen the largest national movement, mass movements led by Gandhiji. And second one I told also civil disobedience movements 1930, 31 and 32. Then 1942 Quit India movements closely connected to Cripps missions. Cripps missions, we are going to discuss today all those points. Okay, please pay the attention there, and if you feel it, that we can note down. These are all the questions are very, very, very important. So don't forget the second split of Indian National Congress in Gaya sessions 1922. C.R. Das was Indian National Congress president. Second time National Congress, Indian National Congress split into two groups, and here first times after splitting a party is formed first. First split in 1907, political party was not formed there. So because of this one, remember this one, what happened there? C.R. Das formed new again. This Swaraj party joined Indian National Congress, but some people left this party again and formed the Communist Party. So Communist Party of India coming in 1924. So 1922, 1923, 1924, don't forget. So 1922, Gandhiji was arrested and he was in the prison. It is because of the Sedition Act. Sedition Act means Rowlatt Act. Anytime any person can be imprisoned without any trial for 2 years maximum. So because of that reason, Gandhiji was imprisoned there. Gandhiji withdrew the non-cooperation movement. It is because of the Chauri Chaura movements which happens in 22. Don't for 1922. Okay, so 21 plus 1. That means total 22 policemen were burned alive. Because of that reason, Gandhiji called off non-cooperation movement. So remember that one first. National mass movements of Gandhiji means non-cooperation movements. And don't forget all these points which I am sharing with you today. Okay, we'll discuss many points today. Please note down if you feel so. I already discussed with you. 1922, Motilal Nehru, C.R. Das, N.C. Kelkar. They are the one groups. Another groups I told Rajendra Prasad, Rajagopalachari, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Another groups. They joined the Gandhi groups. Okay, they want to boycott the legislature. Whereas C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, they don't want to boycott. They want to support the British. So Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das want to support, and Rajendra Prasad, C. Rajagopalachari, along with the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, strongly support the Gandhi ideas of boycotting what is the legislature. So one group want to support the company, another group that means British, another groups they don't want to support this British. So because of this one only, that is one reason. Second reason, non-cooperation was called off. That is the second reason. The Swaraj party was formed. Congress party split into two groups here, that you have to understand always. Okay, now come back to this Swaraj party. Already we discussed many times also there. Swaraj party already I discussed when it was party formed and everything. Okay, but remember one thing, C.R. Das passed away in the year of 1925. Swaraj party started weakening. So that is one. Then Swaraj party split into two groups. One group joined Indian National Congress. Another group formed Communist Party of India. So there is two opinions when this Communist Party of India formed. Some say that was 1924. Some say that was 1925. Okay, there are two opinions in this regards there. But you follow this one. Split started 1925. But Communist Party of India was formed officially 1925. Don't forget. So here what happened there? 1922 Gaya sessions. Indian National Congress split into two groups. one group formed Swaraj Party. Then after the death of C.R. Das, what happened? Swaraj Party got weakened, and even Gandhiji also started insisting on this Swaraj Party leaders to join the Indian National Congress. Already we discussed, and one time only Gandhiji became the Indian National Congress president and everything. So Gandhiji insisted this Swaraj Party to join Indian National Congress. So here the two divisions started. Swaraj Party, some leaders, they joined Indian National Congress again, and they united, whereas another groups formed a Communist Party of India there in the year of 1925. It's a very important point I'm discussing here. Then Madan Mohan Malaviya, Lala Lajpat Rai all offered a cooperation to support the safeguard Hindu interest. There is one group, and they totally neglected the Muslims there. Especially Indian National Congress was dominated by Hindus mainly, and they neglected many of the suggestions made by the Muslim leagues. That is one of the very important point also. Then after 1924, next one I told 1925. 1925 to 1927, Gandhiji was not inactive. He was totally inactive in the Indian politics and everything. He was doing only his individual programs. And this times, this Swarajist peoples, that means Indian National Congress dominated by the Swarajists, they took the total control on the national movement. So 2 years he was not in that one. So don't forget. So 1925 to 1927, 1934 to 1939, then 1942 after till 1947, Gandhiji was not participating in any events. 1947 after Gandhiji, or 1942 after Quit India movement, after Gandhiji was moving from place to place to control the situation, since the country experienced the violence tendency between Hindus and Muslims. So he was going to Bangladesh, he was going to Calcutta, then he is coming back to Delhi in order to control the situations and the violence between the Hindus and Muslims. I am talking about after 1944. 1944 only the direct action taken by All India Muslim League and everything, and mainly they're targeting on the Hindus in Bengal and all. So there was kind of violence, and so many thousands were killed there on the street there. So Gandhiji was visiting that places in order to control the situations. This all happens after 1944. So after Quit India movements, Gandhiji was totally away from this Indian politics, and he was attending individual programs. Otherwise, he's not participating in Indian National Congress and everything. That you have to understand very clearly. So Swaraj Party, after this one, which already I discussed, Gandhiji became the Indian National Congress only one time, 1924. Before that, I told you 1917, Annie Besant became, don't forget, Annie Besant became first times a woman. What is Indian National Congress means, Annie Besant only. Don't forget that question asked to the UPSC examinations. Who was the first woman Indian National Congress presidents? Don't for 1917. Then don't confuse with the Sarojini Naidu, 1925. 1925. This you have to print in your mind there, 1925. 1917's Annie Besant, again I am saying 1925 Sarojini Naidu. That means 8 years between Sarojini Naidu and this lady, means Annie Besant, don't forget. So when I talk about Annie Besant, you have to remember about the Home Rule Movement. You have to remember Home Rule Movement means headquarters in Delhi, also already we discussed there. Home Rule Movement main aims, the objective is there to self-rule only there. But first times it was started by Tilak there, but Tilak died in the year of 1920. But she started in South India. So South India, Annie Besant. North India means the central part of India, Tilak. All over India, Annie Besant. So don't forget this point. 1917 itself, Annie Besant was imprisoned by the British police also there. So don't forget 1924, Gandhiji became only one time. This time only, Gandhiji requested Swaraj Party leaders to join Indian National Congress. So that was one of the things. Then C.R. Das died also. So these are all the reasons Swaraj Party members, they rejoined the Indian National Congress. One group they went and joined another groups, that means Naxal groups or radical groups, and they formed a Communist Party of India. Communist Party of India came in the pictures in 1925 officially. So don't forget, my dear children, only one time Gandhiji became Indian National Congress president. Similarly, then question was asked for Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose, when he became the Indian National Congress president, only one term, 1938 to 1939. Don't forget. So because the difference with Indian National Congress, he resigned. Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from there, and he went to Germany and all that we are going to discuss. So don't forget about 1917, 1907, 19, so some of the important years I'm telling you to understand. So 1907, 1916, Lucknow Pact. Okay, 1917, anniversaries. Okay, 1922, don't forget. 1920, don't forget. 1922, don't forget. And 1923, Swaraj Party. 1924, Gandhiji became Indian National Congress President. 1925, Sarojini Naidu became the Indian National Congress President. Don't forget. So after 1925, Gandhiji 2 years took rest. That means he was not participating actively in the national politics there. You have to remember always. So whatever point you are discussing, it is very important. Okay. Sir. This is another one which I want to discuss also. Sir. Yeah. Tell me.
Sir. In which year Lala Lajpat Rai died, sir?
Lala Lajpat Rai died in 1928. It is because of the Simon Commissions. He got beatings. Police beat him. Okay, he was the leader in Punjab because Simon Commission visited first in Lahore. So he came to, though the Simon Commission was announced 1927, but they came to India 1928. We are going to discuss all those points. 1928 he came to India, Lahore. Lahore is very close to Punjab. So Lala Lajpat Rai was the leader of Punjab. So whenever this Lala Lajpat Rai comes, remember Punjab tiger, Punjab lion. So he was actively participating. Simon Commission, go back. So Simon Commission, go back there. So the slogan raised there. So he was beaten by the police. Around 28 days, hardly 1 month, he was beaten to death. He died there, Lala Lajpat Rai. So Lala Lajpat Rai not there after 1928. So any question asked there, Lala Lajpat Rai after 1928, don't mind that one because Lala Lajpat Rai not there. Similarly, 1920 after, Bala Gangadhar Tilak was not there because he also died there. 1915, Gopala Krishna Gokhale died there. So that is very important. So Gopala Krishna Gokhale was the political guru of Gandhiji. So after 1915, Gopala Krishna Gokhale not there. Gopala Krishna Gokhale, when we start talking, we have to remember about moderate groups. 1907, in the Indian National Congress, split into 2 groups there. So Gopala Krishna Gokhale was the part of moderate groups. Then Lal Pal Bal was the part of the extremist groups. So whenever question asked after 1915, you have to remember Gopala Krishna Gokhale not there. He died. After 1920, Bala Gangadhar Tilak not there. Then after Lala Lajpat Rai, after 1928, he was not there. So you have to have an idea of that once. Don't immediately write that once. Okay, Bala Gangadhar Tilak was one of the main persons playing vital role in 1930 civil disobedience movements. Don't write that once because he died in 1930. He was not there. That means he died after 10 years only. Civil disobedience movement started and led by the Gandhiji from Sabarmati to Dandi or Dandi March or Dandi Satyagraha. We say that. Okay, so this is another one. 1927 Madras. Here M.A. Ansari wanted to study. What is the speciality of this one is there? Boycott Simon Commission. That's why I added this ones. So Madras Indian National Congress Madras sessions in 1927, they passed a resolution against boycott Simon Commission. That is very important matter that you have to understand so very, very clearly also there. So in which Indian National Congress sessions this boycott Simon Commission was made there, that you have to remember always about Madras. That's the main reason I have written all these points to make you understand. Okay, and in addition, this ones they passed a resolution against use of Indian troops in China, Iran, and Mesopotamia there, 1927. That means it is one of the problems. 1950, 1857 also this was problems. They wanted to send Indian troops into Indian army people into abroad. They wanted to do like this. So, but here in this Madras sessions in 1927, 2 things they have taken, because this question is very important, my dear children. That means these Madras Indian National Congress sessions held in 1927, 2 things have taken. One is there against the use of Indian troops in the other country. Second one, boycott Simon Commissions. These 2 decisions were taken in the Madras Indian National Congress sessions held in 1927. Don't forget, at least no need to remember at least president, but you remember which place or this decision was taken there, boycotting Simon Commissions. And another reason is no representation of Indian leaders there. That's why it is known as white commissions. They called it as a white commission there. Okay. So the speciality of Simon Commission, I am talking about all those points. It is very, very important there. So don't forget about Simon Commission resolutions and against use of Indian troops in China. These are all the decisions were taken by the Madras Indian National Congress sessions that you have to remember always. Don't forget this one. It is very, very important. Next, which I want to discuss about the Simon Commissions. A few notes I want to tell. One is in 1927, the commission was appointed by the British government. Okay, it is closely connected to Government of India Act 1919. 1919 Act is also known as Montague-Chelmsford Act. 1909 Act is known as Minto-Morley Reforms. I want to say, teach separately that Act, Charter Act, Indian Council Act, BIGS Act, Regulation Act. So we have to take that also one day. So remember this one, in order to look into actually why Simon Commission came to India. Simple meaning to discuss about the constitutional reforms in India. So that is the main purpose they came to India. So don't forget. So what is the purpose of Simon Commission arrival to India? To frame constitutional reforms based on the Indian Council Act of 1919, or it is known as Montague-Chelmsford Act. So that was the main objective. This Simon Commission came to India. Don't forget that point is very, 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 very important. Okay, don't forget about the Simon Commissions 1927. Don't forget at any point of the times why they came to India in order to discuss constitutional reforms in India. Don't forget that point is very, very, very important. When they came to India, how many members are there for this Simon Commission? That means 7 members, like a drafting committee. Drafting committee also we discussed that once. 1 chairman plus 6 members plus 1 person as a legal advisor. Likewise, this commission, what is fully the white people or Englishmen, no representation of Indian. So that is one of the main reasons that Indian National Congress opposed. The reason for the Simon Commission to go back, because no representation of Indian. Okay, so main agenda behind the Indian National Congress for the Simon Commission was no member. Very important. That's why they called it as a white commissions. Okay, 7 members commissions. Okay, 1927 this commission was appointed to frame the constitutional, what is based on Indian Council Act of 1919. So question can ask why the Simon Commission came to India. Remember, to draft, to frame the constitutional reforms based on Indian Council Act 1919. Don't forget. So commission came 1928. Okay, through Lahore they reached first. From there they came to Bombay and all those things. The total India, what is witnessed as a general hartal there. Black flag was made it, and they made a slogan that one Simon Commission go back. Simon Commission go back there. Okay, this especially they reached Lahore. Okay, that don't forget. First they reached Lahore only. Then I told you, then this Lala Lajpat Rai was a leader of Lahore. Lahore and Punjab is close by. That's what I'm telling there. So the who was leading the Simon Commission's movement in Lahore means you have to remember Lala Lajpat Rai. But he was seriously injured because police gave a lathi charge and he passed after 1 month. So after 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai was no more because he was beaten to death. I mean, since he was the leader of the Lahore sessions while Simon Commission came back to India. So 1927 Commission was appointed. Then there's a doubt. When the Simon Commission came to India, you remember the 1928, when the Simon Commission was appointed 1 year before 1927. So 1927, 1928, don't forget about this point. Why they came to India, that also don't forget. Okay, but it was a failure. The Simon Commission arrival was a failure because no supports received from Indian National Congress or All India Muslim League. You have to remember always. That means who was the main leader died because of the Simon Commission arrival? Lala Lajpat Rai. Don't forget about this point. This is very important. And what was the report of the Simon Commissions, which was submitted to the British Parliament in 1930? So 1927, 1928, 1930. These 3 years is one of the most important years for Simon Commissions. They made what is their one recommendations. Autonomous government must be there. One of the very famous recommendation of Simon Commission. What is autonomous governments? Self-government must be given. That means establishment of autonomous governments. Yes, that means establishment of self-government must be there. First times, what is it telling that one? And diarchy was unsuccessful. Diarchy was actually 2 systems. That means we have a Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Likewise, 2 councils. One house is the upper house councils headed by Viceroy, and another one is the lower councils. So 2 council, 2 sabhas were there after 1919 Indian Council Act. So Indian Council Act of 1919 introduced a diarchy system in our country. Don't forget. 1909 Act, Minto-Morley Act, electorate, special electorate for Muslims. Don't forget that also. So special electorate for Muslims, 1909 Minto-Morley Act, 1919 Indian Council Act. Can you hear me what I'm telling? Hello?
Sir.
1919 Indian Council Act is also known as Montague-Chelmsford Act. In that act only this diarchy system was introduced first times in India. So Simon Commission came to India and they submit the report. This diarchy system was not successful. So it must be removed there. Number one. Second, much. 3-4 fellows informed me, sir, the line got disconnected. So thank you so much. See, somebody is calling me also. So in case it is a disconnect, please call to my mobile so that I will reconnect. So this today's class is very important for us. Okay, my dear. So please kindly inform to me because I am looking into slides and explaining there. I'm not watching these videos whether it's connected or not, disconnected or not. So kindly look into this one, please, my dear, and respond to me immediately, sir. It's disconnected. Okay, it is very, very important. Please kindly look into this now. I was sharing so many points. Immediately call me. Immediately. Can you hear me?
Yes,
sir. Immediately call me so that I will stop there. Otherwise, I keep on talking. I was keep on sharing. So Simon Commission arrival, we are talking about that one only. Simon Commission arrival. Can you see presentation also gone? I see. Yeah. Simon Commission arrival, very important point, 1920 and 1927. Arrival 1928, their appointment is in 1927. Which leader died there means Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai was the leader of Lahore. Which slogan arise in the Simon Commission? Simon Commission go back. How many members for this one? 7 members. Is there any Indian member there? No member. All the members were Englishmen. That is why Simon Commission was called it as a White Commission. Then next one, why the Simon Commission came to India? To make the constitutional reforms based on the Indian Council Act of 1919. 1919 Indian Council Act is also known as Montague-Chelmsford Council Act. Don't forget. Then next point it is there. What was the report submitted by the Simon Commission? 2 reports. 1919 diarchy system. 1919 Indian Council Act started diarchy system. Simon Commission made a report. Diarchy system is not good. It was unsuccessful and failure. Okay, that is first recommendation. Second recommendation, autonomous government must be introduced. That means self-government, self-rule. Autonomous meaning is a self-rule. Self-rule must be started. Okay, so 1990, 1927, 1928, 1935 Indian Council Act. So when you look into the 1935 Indian Council Act, you can see the recommendation of the Simon Commission is also included. That means what? Establishment of autonomous government. That means self-rule government must be there. That is why 1937 first election started in our country. Don't forget. I'm not talking about independent India. So before that there was an election 1937. Okay, so where the Indian National Congress got majority. This is one of the recommendation of the Simon Commission. So Simon Commission was looking into 1919 Indian Council Act and is called today. So 1919 Indian Council Act we can call in another way Montague-Chelmsford. Montague-Chelmsford, 2 personalities. Montague-Chelmsford, don't forget. Montague was the minister and the Chelmsford was the Governor General of India. Okay, so what was the loophole? Diarchy ones, not goods. So that was accepted and autonomous government started also there. So Simon Commission, why they came? How many members are there? Any Indians were there or not? What was the slogans? Who was the leader of Lahore against Simon Commission? Okay, these are all points very important. So 1927 Simon Commission was appointed. 1920 Simon Commission came to India. 1930 they submit the report to British Parliament. Okay, this is about the Simon Commission. Okay, so I will go a little faster. Next one, Bardoli movements. It is very important. 1922 and 1928. 2 times is there. Here, yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Mic is back, sir. Please adjust your mic.
Hello.
Your mic is back, sir.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So Bardoli movement. This is a UPSC question, my dear. Bardoli movement. Who was the leader? That was a question. Okay, then what was actually Bardoli movement? That you have to understand very clearly. Sardar Vallabhai Patel. That's what I'm telling there. Sardar Vallabhai Patel, Bardoli movement, that is very important. Rajendra Prasad is a Champaran revolt. Don't forget. So some time like this. What actually Bardoli movement? Land tax raised by 25%. Finally, Sardar Vallabhai Patels and all they had. Then finally the government removed the tax rate. That's about the Bardoli movements. Okay, that we are in Gujarat. Bardoli movement is in Gujarat only there. Then we discussed about Ahmedabad mill strike, Gujarat only there. Then we discussed about Kheda movement, that also Gujarat. So Bardoli, Kheda, and Ahmedabad. These are all movements happens in remember Gujarat only. All this movement, Sardar Vallabhai Patel's role is there. Don't forget. But when we start talking about Jayaprakash Narayanan's, Mahadeva Desai's, and Rajendra Prasad and all comes under Champaran revolt. Don't forget about it. So Bardoli, don't forget, and don't confuse with Champaran revolt also. So there are two movements are there. One is in 1922, another is in 1928. So two Bardoli movements, Sardar Vallabhai Patel play role there. We remember Sardar Vallabhai Patel's. What is very famous, we know that one also there. Sardar Vallabhai Patel was a home minister also. He played a vital role for the unification of India also there after independence India there. And Sardar Vallabhai Patel is also known as Iron Man of India. Okay. Then Nehru report. Nehru means not Jawaharlal Nehru, Motilal Nehru report in 1928. What actually this report there, you have to remember only one few points. No need to read out all these ones. You have to remember in simple and brief there. Nehru report means some demands they made there. So this is very famous report there. This is the beginning of Indian constitutions. That's what I told you when I was teaching Indian polity. I was telling about this Nehru report in 1928. So this is a first report made by the Motilal Nehru, not Jawaharlal Nehru. Don't confuse. Motilal Nehru. Nehru reports in 1928. So very important points is on Nehru report. Few points were made there. One is their dominion status. Dominion status means we should have the responsible governments led by the Indian leaders. We should have the responsible government at the center. We need autonomy. Okay, there must be division of power between center and province and this federal system. We want bicameral system. See, so many provisions which all we can see in Indian constitutions. Then minority right apart from fundamental rights. So okay, we need a constitutions. These are all what is made by the Nehru report there. So don't neglect this Nehru report in 1928. One is there, we want the federal government. Simple way I'm telling. We want the bicameral system. One government at central level, another government at province level. And there must be minority right also, not only fundamental rights. There must be responsible government at the central government, central level. There must be autonomy of the provinces. There must be dominion status. There must be constitution for our country. So these are all the report made by the Nehru. When we start talking about, we told objective resolution. That is Jawaharlal Nehru. That is Jawaharlal Nehru in the year of 1946. So don't confuse with the Nehru report and 1946 Jawaharlal Nehru reports. Both are different. Jawaharlal Nehru report means what? India must be sovereign, socialist, sovereign, democratic and republic. That is Jawaharlal Nehru reports in 1946. This is Motilal Nehru reports in 1928. Okay, don't forget that one. Responsible government at the center. We need autonomy. Again, I repeat. Then power between center and the province. That means federal system, bicameral system, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, bicamerals. Then we need a minority right because Muslims and all there. Okay, CST groups are there. So minority rights are required other than fundamental rights. Okay, it's very important. But remember what happened there? There was a clash between Jinnah and Mr. Jagar. It is because of this report there. Because what was the reason for this one? Because here Jinnah and the Muslim League, they are asking more concession for Muslims there. Here Mr. Jagar, what happened there? He stood for Hindus there. So there was a clash between the two leaders based on the religions. What was the request of the Jinnah? 1/3 of the total seat in central legislature must be given to Muslims. But M.R. Jagar was not ready to accept. He was telling Hindus were the majority in number, so we cannot agree with the 1/3 total seat to Muslims. So there was a violent clash between Muhammad Ali Jinnah and M.R. Jagar on these issues there. This is also happened the same times. You have to remember that this way, Jinnah, what happened there? He left this, he did not accept this report there. And in addition, this one, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he convened All India Muslim League and he drafted a separate point there. That is why we call it as Jinnah's 14 point. That is another point is very important also. Jinnah's 14 points that we are going to discuss. Why? Because it is against Nehru reports. Motilal Nehru reports in 1928, and it was not accepted by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the Muslim League, and they drafted another reports against this Nehru report. That's what I'm telling. Why this Jinnah wanted to make the separate report there? It is because the clash between Muhammad Ali Jinnah and M.R. Jagar. Don't forget. What was the demand of Muhammad Ali Jinnah? 1/3 of the total seat must be given to the Muslims. But M.R. Jagar was not ready to accept the the demand made by the Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So Muhammad Ali Jinnah did not accept this Nehru reports in 1928. He formulated separate point for the Muslims that is known as Jinnah's 14 points. Don't forget. So what situation this Muhammad Ali Jinnah made this 14 points? Remember, it is after Nehru reports. It is very, very important point that you should understand. Here you can see 1929 Jinnah's 14 reports. What is the main one of the points? I don't want to explain all these points to you. Only key points you understand. Can you hear me?
What is the meaning of dominion status?
Dominion status means giving full power to the local peoples. Dominions means that locals must be given full power in controlling the organization or the government there. That is the meaning of dominion status. That means here, people who came from the Britons, they were taking full power in their hands. Local people did not have any control on Indian administrative affair. So they are requesting that we want status, we want power, we are local peoples. So we are the sons of the soil. So we need to have the power. This is what we call it as a dominion status. Okay, very good, very good. So why Muhammad Ali Jinnah's 14 points in 1929? It is actually the consequences of Nehru report in 1928. Then you should understand what is Nehru reports. Who was actually in Motilal Nehru? Already we discussed. Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das, 1923 we discussed. So Swaraj Party was formed there. It's very important. So the same person submitted the reports. Actually, we can tell this is the beginning of Indian constitutions. It is a draft. Many of the points we can see in Indian constitutions. What is their responsible government at the center? It is there now. Dominion status. It is there now. Autonomy. It is there now. Division between central and the state government. It is there now. Bicameral system. It is there now. Minority right is there. Other than fundamental right, it is there now. So all these points we can see in Indian constitutions. So we can say that one, it is actually the beginning of Indian constitutions, and especially the main essence of the Motilal Nehru's report in 1928, focusing on Indian constitutions, that we want Indian constitution. But this was not accepted by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, because Muhammad Ali Jinnah's demand was 1/3 Muslims must be given reservation to the election to legislature. It was not accepted by Indian National Congress. So what happened? Muhammad Ali Jinnah did not accept this report, and he left this one and he drafted 14 points for Muslims. In this one, at least you remember few points which we need to discuss. What is the point? India must have the federal system. Same. Motilal Nehru report only, he also made the same things only. We should have the federal system. It is very important. Muslim representation should not be less than 1/3. Here also he made the same points. 1/3, but it was not accepted by Indian National Congress. So Muhammad Ali Jinnah 14 points. Few points you should understand. In 1929, India must be federal. Indian Muslims must get at least 1/3 reservation for what is a legislature, means government. Don't forget about this one. It is very, very important point which we are discussing now. Okay, it is very important points. Then what is that one? His another speciality. No cabinet should be formed without 1/3 Muslims ministers. That means 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. He's standing for that one only mainly. And another reason what he was telling there, this total rejection of Nehru report, it is because of two reasons. One is their unitary constitution was not acceptable. They don't want unitary constitution. What is a unitary constitution? One government at the central level. We don't want state governments. Okay, so that is a unitary government. That is a unitary constitution. Federal system means what? The two types of governments. One government at the state level, another government at the central levels. So at least 4 points. One is that India must be federal. Another one, 1/3 at least representation must be given to the Muslims. Okay, this is the main points of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. There are 14 points are there. No need to by heart these 14 points. Okay, another point he was telling about Sindh should be separated from Bombay presidency because Sindh was a part of Bombay. That is another one he made it also there. Sindh must be separated from Bombay because Sindh was the majority of the people Muslims. So he wanted to separate that Sindh from Bombay presidency. That is one of the 14 agenda point of Jinnah. Okay, so few points which I discussed here it is. At least you remember that. No need to study all the points. If you have the time, you can go through that one. No problem. So 1928 Indian National Congress and some consequences drafted Motilal Nehru for responsible government. I already told you dominion status, but Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose opposed it, but demanded for complete freedom. So here's a confusion again. Again difference. Now here three groups forming now. One group means what is there? Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Muslim. Another Indian National Congress itself has two divisions. One division, Motilal Nehru says that one, we wanted a responsible government and we want dominion status. Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they say that no, we want complete freedom. We don't want a dominion status. We don't want a responsible government. We want complete freedom. Okay, these are all consequences I'm telling. That is why 1929 Lahore sessions led by Jawaharlal Nehru as a Indian National Congress presidents, they made a great proportion. That means they made an announcement that what is a Purna Swaraj. So this how it is coming consequences. We see that 1928 Motilal Nehru's reports, 1929 Muhammad Ali Jinnah's report is coming there. That means 1928 what actually the Congress stand there. One group is standing for responsible government, another group is standing for complete freedoms. So who demanding for the complete freedom? Subhash Chandra Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru is that person. Motilal Nehru, what is the relation between Motilal Nehru and Jawaharlal Nehru? Can anyone
Father
say?
and son.
Yeah, very good.
Father
And son. So there is a difference between father and son here. Motilal Nehru wants a responsible government. Jawaharlal Nehru wants complete freedom there. That means 1929 onwards till 1947, Indian National Congress demanded for complete freedom, but it was not accepted till 1946. Then Clement Attlee became the Prime Minister of England. He only says that one before 1948, India would be given freedom. India will be independent country. That was a decision made by Clement Attlee when we became the Prime Minister of the country. That means when this freedom, complete freedom is recorded for our country started, Lahore sessions led by Jawaharlal Nehru as the Indian National Congress president. Don't forget. 1929 Lahore session. Don't forget. Okay, very, very important points I'm telling. Gaya session, I told you, Indian National Congress second times divided into two parts. 1928, there is a difference among the Indian National Congress leaders. That means Motilal Nehru wants responsible government, Jawaharlal Nehru wants complete freedom. Okay, it is very important. So Motilal Nehru proposed the new constitution. See, this is what I'm telling there. Nehru reports the main essence that we need a what is a new constitution. So when this constitutional ideas has come there, it is because of the 1928 don't forget this Nehru reports. So Nehru report is actually the first times demanding for the new constitutions. In addition to this one, there are so many provisions made by this Nehru report. My dear children, dominion status, government at the center, autonomy, division of power between central and state, bicameral system, minority right. These are all Nehru reports. Ultimate, it is standing for demanding for Indian constitutions. Muhammad Ali Jinnah also, he is supporting for federal system, but he mainly focused on the reservation or representation for the Muslims at minimum 1/3. So that was his main things. And one more, he said that Sindh must be separated from Sindh. Presently, it is in the that in Pakistan only. It is in the northwest part of the country. It was a part of India early. That was a part of India, Bombay also. Okay, that must be separated. That is one of the things he did it. Now, I told about this point. Don't forget, this slide is very important. 1928 Indian National Congress and the consequences. Motilal Nehru's responsible government, dominion status. Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose opposed it. Subhash Chandra Bose became, when we start talking about Subhash Chandra Bose, we remember always many of his slogans there. Okay, give your blood, I will give the freedom. Okay, these are all the famous slogans made by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and all, don't forget. So demand for the complete freedom, don't forget. So proposal of the new constitution by Motilal Nehru. Lala Lajpat Rai was beaten to death. It is because of the Simon Commissions, don't forget. Then this is some of the points. 1929 Lahore session. President was Jawaharlal Nehru. Then Purna Swaraj was passed. The resolution was passed there. One more decision they have made it: civil disobedience movements. Actually, civil disobedience movement they started in Gaya session itself, very early, but it was not done it. It is because Gandhiji and the leaders were imprisoned after 1922. Then again, 1929, civil disobedience movement resolution was passed by the Indian National Congress led by Jawaharlal Nehru. So don't forget this Lahore session 1929. It is a very important. Why? Purna Swaraj was declared. Then civil disobedience movements also accepted there. So these two main events, Purna Swaraj Day, complete freedom, and civil disobedience movements, both the decision taken in 1929 Lahore session, don't forget, and 26th January to be observed as an independent day, because we have to remember always 26th January to be observed as an Independence Day. Because of that one only, 1949, November 26 Indian Constitution were adopted, but they waited 2 more months there in order to commemorate this date. Okay, giving this importance to 26th January, because already Indian leaders in the year of 1929 declared as a Independence Day. So don't forget this one. So civil disobedience movements and Purna Swaraj in Lahore session 1929. Indian National Congress president was Jawaharlal Nehru. You have to remember, but it was not accepted. You may have doubts, sir. Purna Swaraj was accepted. No, it was not accepted. Don't forget. Then 1931, Karachi sessions, Vallabhai Patel's. Sardar Vallabhai Patel was the president. One of the main things they have taken, fundamental rights. We already studied article number 12 to article number 35 stand for fundamental rights. This resolution was made that resolution was made for fundamental rights in the Karachi session 1931. Another one is there, Karachi session nominated Gandhiji to participate in the second round table conference held in London. So there are 3 round table conference, 1930, 1931, 1932. Don't forget this one. So which round table conference Gandhiji participated? You have to write that one. So only one round table conference, second round table conference in the year of 1931. So don't forget this point there. What actually this round table conference, that means the delegations between conference between Indian leaders and British officials in terms of the Indian political matters. But India, remember one thing, all this round table conference became unsuccessful. No, what is a round table conference was successful there, but Gandhiji attended only one round table conference, that is a second round table conference in the year of 1931. It is not only Indian National Congress nominated Gandhiji to participate, along with Gandhiji, Sarojini Naidu also participated in the second round table conference. It is because of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Don't forget. So Lord Irwin was the Governor General, otherwise Viceroy of India. So there was an agreement between Gandhiji and Irwin. Okay, that means, so whatever restriction is made on the Indian National Congress will be taken away. That was a main agreement between Gandhiji and Irwin. So as per the Gandhi-Irwin Pact in 1931, Gandhiji agreed to go to London to attend the second round table conference. So this was only one round table conference Gandhiji attended. Gandhiji did not attend the 1930 round table conference. Gandhiji did not attend the 1932 round table conference. But remember one thing, 1932 round table conference, no leader attended. No leader attended there. That means 1930, 31, 32, don't forget this one. Gandhiji attended only one round table conference. That is second one. It is because of Gandhi-Irwin Pact there. Gandhi-Irwin agreements. Who was Irwin? Governor General that times. So, okay. He agreed, he accepted all the conditions of the Gandhiji, and he promised that all the restrictions on Indian National Congress would be taken away. So Gandhiji accepted and went to London to attend this one. There it was a failure because they want the communal, very important point I'm telling, communal electorate. That means separate electorate for Muslims, separate electorate for lower caste people, SC and ST category people. Gandhiji was not ready to support. Gandhiji was not ready to support. That is why I'm telling that one. After this one only, another one is started is very important there that we are going to discuss. The agreement between Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Gandhiji. That is also coming now. Because I'll discuss with you that one. I don't want to confuse you. So don't forget about 1931 fundamental resolutions, and the Indian National Congress nominated Gandhiji to attend the second roundtable conference held in London. All the roundtable conference was a failure. Why this second roundtable conference was a failure? It is because of Gandhiji was not ready to accept communal electorates. That means separate electorate for Muslims, separate electorate for lower caste people, untouchable caste people. That was not ready to accept by Gandhiji. So Gandhiji came back. So along with Gandhiji, who was another leader, you have to remember Sarojini Naidu. Don't forget, Sarojini Naidu became the Indian National Congress president 1925. Don't forget. First Indian woman to become the Indian National Congress president. Don't forget. Then 1934, not record to study. 1936, Jawaharlal Nehru again coming there, not records. 1937, if you want, you can go through that. So I kept there for your knowledge. So first times in village, no need to study. Then in 1938, Subhash Chandra Bose. First times I'm telling. Subhash Chandra Bose in 1938 and 39. After Subhash Chandra Bose resigned. Subhash Chandra Bose resigned because of the difference with the Indian National Congress leaders. After that, Rajendra Prasad became the Indian National Congress leader. Don't forget about. So 1938 and 39, first times what he said is Subhash Chandra Bose became the president, Indian National Congress president. He resigned, but he formed a forward bloc. After forward bloc only, he revived. He is not a founder of INA. INA, I think you might be knowing also there, Indian National Army and all. Actually not formed by Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose, which organization formed means only forward bloc. But INA became very popular. It is because of Subhash Chandra Bose only, because he gained more popularity when he was in Singapore and all, even he was in Japan, when he was in Germany, Subhash Chandra Bose, because Subhash Chandra Bose left India. He went to Afghanistan, he went to Germany, from there he went to Japan, from there he came to Singapore. You might be knowing also, finally he died in due plane crash. But still, his death is mystery, and still people have different opinions about the death of Subhash Chandra Bose. So Subhash Chandra Bose, remember that one of the greatest hero ever seen in the history of India. He became the president of Indian National Congress 1938 to 1939. Don't forget, because the difference with the Indian National Congress leaders, he resigned. Then in his place, Rajendra Prasad became the Indian National Congress president, and he formed in 1939. The same year when he resigned from Indian National Congress, he formed a forward bloc there. So forward bloc is the party formed by Subhash Chandra Bose. Don't forget 1939. So first we discussed about Swaraj Party 1922 and 1923 it was formed there. 1922 Gaya session decided, 1923 Swaraj Party was formed there. Then we discussed 1924 Communist Party coming, but officially it became 1925. Don't forget. Now we discuss about another political organization is there, a forward bloc. So 1885 Indian National Congress, 1906 All India Muslim League, Swaraj Party 1923, then All Communist Party of India 1925, forward bloc is there 1939. At least you remember these years, okay, so that it will be easy for you to remember always. Indian National Congress 1885, 1906 All India Muslim League, 1923 Swaraj Party, and 1939 forward bloc. Don't forget it. So Subhash Chandra Bose, when he became the Indian National Congress president, is very important. When Gandhiji became the Indian National Congress president is very important. 1924. When who was the first woman Indian National Congress president is very important. 1917 Annie Besant. Who was the first Indian woman Indian National Congress president? 1925 Sarojini Naidu. So these are all important points which you need to understand. So Lahore sessions already we discussed. 1930 Purna Swaraj Day already discussed. Civil disobedience movements. 23 hours Independence Days. I am highlighting. That's why again I am repeating. Lahore session Pune 1929 to 1930 all we discussed. Here only first time tricolor flag was unfolded. It's very important question, my dear children. Lahore session only tricolor flag. Tricolor flag. Who designed tricolor flag? Can anyone say? Tricolor. Pingala Venkaiah. Oh, very good. Pingala Venkaiah from Andhra Pradesh. He was from actually Krishna district in Andhra Pradesh. If you go to Vijayawada and all, Krishna district and all, people celebrate his all the days and everything. So Pingali Venkaiah designed the Indian tricolor flag there. First times it unfolded, that means hoisted in the 31st December. Don't forget 1929. But I told you first time Janaganamana sang first times. I told you which times? Can anyone say Janaganamana?
1911 Kolkata
Ah.
session.
Kolkata session.
Calcutta session. Very good.
1911.
Excellent. 1911 Calcutta session. Janaganamana sang first times. Then I told about Janaganamana is closely connected to another one. I told the same person has written National Anthem for Bangladesh. What is that?
Amar Bangla.
Amar Sunar
Amar Sunar.
Amar Sunar Bangla. Okay, very good. Both Janaganamana and Amar Sunar Bangla both written by Ravindranath Tagore only. When it was written, which year?
1906.
1906. Very good. Excellent.
1905.
Then when it was sang first times?
1971.
1970.
1972. 71 Bangladesh came there. 1971 Bangladesh came into form there. 1947 East Pakistan. 1905 I told her Bengal is West Bengal and East Bengal division. 1911 both joined together, East Bengal and West Bengal. 1947 East Bengal became what is East Pakistan. 1971 it became Bangladesh, and 1972 first times they sang this Amar Sunar Bangla national anthem sang first there. So 1911, and don't forget first times Janaganamana sang first, and it must be complete within 52 seconds. Similarly, Indian tricolor flag was first times used there on 31st December 1929. Don't forget, in Lahore sessions. So what is the importance of Lahore session? First one, Jawaharlal Nehru was a president. Second one, Purna Swaraj was declared. Third one, tricolor flag was unrolled. Any other points? One more point I told you. One more point I told you. Can anyone say? So that I can go to next point.
Civil disobedience movement.
Civil disobedience for complete independence.
Civil disobedience, excellent. Civil disobedience, they decided to plan and made the Gandhiji responsible for that. So they told the Gandhiji to make the plan for that. That means civil disobedience responsibility given to Gandhiji by Lahore sessions. That's why Gandhiji planned civil disobedience movements. Okay, that means Dandi March, otherwise Salt Satyagraha, both are same only. That is a part of civil disobedience. That means disobey the order of British governments. So this is the importance of that one. Salt Satyagraha. See. So it is very important. 1930. 1930. It started March month. It started there. It is very important. And it is actually the violation of the Salt Act passed in 1882. So 1882 Salt Act was already passed there, imposing the tax on a tax there. How much tax they have? See, salt tax accounted 8.2. 8.2 of the British charge revenue from the tax. That means they got a nice money from the salt because it was used by all the kind of peoples, Muslims, Hindus, and all people. They started using the salt. It was actually inevitable. What is it? Things for everybody. We cannot prepare food there without salt there. So knowing that one only, Britishers imposed or passed this act in the year of 1882. What is 1882 Salt Act? So that was a violation. That means 1930 is a violation of their Salt Act, which was passed in 1882. Don't forget. So how much money they used to get as a revenue to the British Raj? That is 8.2% from salt tax. That don't forget. Okay, so who was the Governor General during the salt tax times? That means Salt Satyagraha times. Lord Irwin. Lord Irwin was the Governor General. And here from Sabarmati to they started moving towards the Dandi. That is why it is known as Dandi March. 78 followers. Don't forget, this was what Krishna asked also there. 78 followers. Okay, Gandhiji was there. And similarly, we could see that one different peoples associating. Even Sarojini Naidu also joined on the way because of this Salt Act and everything. It is very important points. When I talk about the Salt Satyagraha, otherwise Dandi March, it was one of the biggest milestone of the Indian freedom struggles ever seen. Even that non-cooperation movement did not get this much popularity. Okay, 1,000 people. Around, you see that one, 50,000 people were participating in the march there. Daily people are joining. Okay, so it started, so you remember that one from Sabarmati, 12th March 1930. Next month, April 6th, April 5th, they reached Dandi. April 6th, Gandhiji went to seashores and broke the salt law there. So, March 12th, 1930 to April 5th, 1930. Okay, so that many days they walked, they stopped, they spoke to Gandhiji, spoke to the peoples. Okay, finally they broke the salt law in the year of 6th April. 6th April and 13th April. What is the difference? Can anyone tell? 13th April. What is importance?
Jallianwala Bagh.
Yeah, very good,
Jallianwala
excellent.
Jallianwala Bagh.
Jallianwala Bagh massacre, 13 April. So this year, 6th April, breakage of salt, salt law. That means salt satyagraha. So don't forget the 6th April 1930 and 13 April 1919. Don't forget. Because some connections, same months it happens. Though the years are different, but same months it happens. So easy to remember. Easy to remember there. What is there? 6th April and 13th April. Okay, that is very important. Okay, don't forget about it. So the speciality of this one, what is there? Breakage of the Salt Act 1882 started from Sabarmati on 12th March 1930, reaching 5th April 1930. Sarojini Naidu also is one of the famous ruler of this one. Around they traveled 390 kilometers by taking 23 days. 390 kilometers by taking 23 days. Okay, it's a very important point that you have to understand. Reaching 5th April 1930 on Dundee. Next day morning, that means 6th April, they broke what is there, this law there. So this is about the salt satyagraha. Otherwise, it is known as Dundee satyagraha or Dundee march. So it's a part of civil disobedience movements. It's very important. 1930. Don't forget. Then 1932 to 30 to 32. So already discussed there also, but 60,000 people, including Gandhiji, was arrested by the government because breakage of one is their law. Second one is they can arrest any times any persons. Congress party was made illegal. That's what I'm telling. There is an agreement between Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Gandhi-Irwin Pact, one of the Gandhi condition. That means whatever restrictions made on Congress party must be removed. So what happened there? He agreed, okay, I will remove all the restrictions on Indian National Congress. So then Gandhiji agreed that I will go to London. I will attend the second round table conference. Okay, this is one of the conditions. So Congress party made illegal. Congress party was made it as they banned India Congress party, Indian National Congress party. It is because of the civil disobedience movements and the salt breakage and all. So Gandhiji was arrested in the 1930s. That is very important. Another point which I want to discuss, it is a very, very important question in this one. C. Rajagopalachari, which I already discussed, southern part. C. Rajagopalachari, southern part. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Gujarat. C. Rajagopalachari, Tamil Nadu. K. Kelappan, Malabar, Kerala. So you have to remember all these leaders' names there. When the Gandhiji broke the salt law in Dundee, in Gujarat, C. Rajagopalachari broke the salt law in Tamil Nadu. So who was the person leading the civil disobedience movements in Tamil Nadu? You have to write C. Rajagopalachari. Don't forget about it. When I start talking about the C. Rajagopalachari and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, already I discussed with you a difference from which person, Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das and all we discussed also there. There is a difference that they don't want to support what is the British governments, whereas Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das and they want to help, they want to support Britishers, or they want to work within the legislature and they want to defend it. Whereas this C. Rajagopalachari, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, I told you, Bardoli movements, I told you. C. Rajagopalachari, Salt Satyagraha led in South, especially Tamil Nadu. That means from Trichy to, don't forget that once, it's Vedaranyam in Tamil Nadu. That's a place. So Tamil Nadu, that word you have to remember, C. Rajagopalachari. Okay, don't forget the first Indian who became the Governor General of independent India. After independent India, two Governor Generals we could see that. Two Governor Generals. After independent India, Mountbatten became the first Governor General after independence. After 15th August 1947, first Governor General means Mountbattens. But who was the first Indian Governor General means C. Rajagopalachari, 1948 to 1950. Don't forget. So when we study about Rajagopalachari, we have to study something else also. So that easy for us to remember very easily. Okay, C. Rajagopalachari, don't forget. And he led the civil obedience movements in Tamil Nadu. He led the Salt Satyagraha movements in Tamil Nadu. K. Kelappan, he did a Malabar, means Kerala. K. Kelappan, don't forget, it is very important. Okay, Malabar region, that means northern part of Kerala. Northern part of Kerala. It is not a Travancore. Travancore comes southern parts. Malabar region is a northern part of Kerala. So K. Kelappan. So C. Rajagopalachari, Tamil Nadu. Don't forget about Gandhiji is all over India. Kelappan, he is in Kerala. Don't forget, it is very important. And Peshawar, presently it is, where is the Peshawar? Can you say anybody? Peshawar?
Pakistan.
Pakistan. There, Gandhi's disciples, Ghaffar Khan. So at least remember, why I include this one? Why I kept a different color? This is, I asked the questions in previously, that is very important. C. Rajagopalachari, Tamil Nadu. K. Kelappan, Kerala. Peshawar, Gandhiji's disciples, Ghaffar Khan, don't forget, it is very important. Then Ghaffar Khan's followers are known as Kudai Khidmatgars. Okay, that is in Peshawar regions. Anyway, he was arrested, Gandhiji was arrested, all the leaders were arrested also. Sarojini Naidu, she was mainly concentrating in the Dersana places. Gandhiji released from the prison 1931. Okay, and he met Lord Irwin. There was an agreement between Lord Irwin and Gandhiji. So as per the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Gandhiji stopped, that means end the civil disobedience movements. See, it's a very important point. Now see, here again we are studying. Non-cooperation movement, why Gandhiji stopped? Can anyone say?
Chauri Chaura.
Chauri Chaura movement.
Chauri Chaura.
Excellent. That means violence. That means violence. Why Gandhiji stopped civil disobedience movements?
Gandhi impact.
Gandhi Irwin Pact.
Gandhi-Irwin Pact. See, very good. Excellent. So you have to correlate like this and study. It will be very easy for you to remember always. Non-cooperation movements end because of the Chauri Chaura movement held in 22 policemen were burned alive. That is the reason. So that is the reason non-cooperation. So Gandhiji was criticized like anything. Now here saying Gandhi-Irwin Pact, because of that one, Gandhiji stopped the civil disobedience movements. Again, Gandhiji got criticisms. Again, Gandhiji got criticism because of withdrawing, calling off civil disobedience movements. But there was a condition that all the restrictions which made on the Congress party would remove. That was a conditions given by the Irwin to Gandhiji, but it was not done. Irwin violated all the agreements in the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. So Gandhi-Irwin Pact, which year? You have to remember 1931. Don't forget. So 1930, Salt Satyagraha, Dandi March. Dandi March and Salt Satyagraha both are same. 1930, Gandhi was arrested. 1931, Gandhiji was removed. So released from the jail. 1931 only Gandhi-Irwin Pact. As per this pact, pact means agreements, conditions, compromise. So civil disobedience was called off by Gandhiji. So Gandhiji went to London to attend the second round table conference, but it was a failure. It is because of reason I told you. Can anyone say what is the reason for second round table conference failure?
Communal electorate.
Yeah, that is communal electorate. Communal. Muhammad Ali Jinnah wants Muslim reservations. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar wanted lower caste people's reservation. So Gandhiji was not in favor of that. Okay, Gandhiji was not in favor of that. When actually speaking, Gandhiji was insulted and humiliated. So Gandhiji came back. Okay, Gandhiji went along with Sarojini Naidu, but it was a failure because of the conditions made by the Gandhiji was not accepted there. So Gandhi-Irwin Pact was a failure. Round table conference was a failure. First round table, all the round table conference were failures. First one, second one, third one. Third one, nobody attended. That means either Muslims or Hindus or Indian National Congress or All India Muslim League, nobody attended third round table conference there. But remember one thing, as per this Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Gandhiji was treated as equal person to the British under in this second round table conference first times, because Gandhiji was respected. Before that, they were not like that. Okay, so Gandhi-Irwin Pact is end of civil disobedience movements. It is because of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, second round table Gandhi attended, but because of the communal electorate, Gandhiji came back. It was a failure. All the things were failure. So 1930, civil disobedience movement started. 1931, Gandhiji stopped the civil disobedience movements. Gandhiji came back from London, again started civil disobedience movements. It continues. Okay, but he did not get the supports. Again, Gandhiji did not get the supports the way how he got the support in the first civil disobedience movements. First civil disobedience movements, I told them, more than 60,000, 70,000 people are participating along with Gandhiji. But Gandhiji called off it after attending second roundtable conference. He came back and he reintroduced this one. Then it was not given support by the mass groups. Otherwise, many people there. Similar, same like non-cooperation movements. Non-cooperation movement again started, but it was not successful. Okay, and similarly, civil disobedience movements also he started after coming from London. So Gandhiji attended only one roundtable conference, that is second roundtable conference, that you have to understand. Gandhi-Irwin Pact in 1931. As per the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Gandhiji agreed to go to London. That means second roundtable conference. It was a failure. It is because of communal electorate. That you have to remember always. So Gandhiji was arrested 1930 because of the breaking the Salt Law. Salt Law means 1882 Salt Law. But he was released in 1931. Okay, and Irwin accepted all the demand of Gandhiji, but it was not done by Irwin, Lord Irwin. Dandi March, I told you. But some points I want to discuss with you again. 78 delegates, along with the 78 people, Gandhiji went from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, March 12. Why I am telling this? Repeatedly asking question. In this 23 days of journey, that means 23 days he spent there from Sabarmati Ashram to reach Dandi there. So they are not walking continuously 23 days. They stay somewhere else also, some place also. While he was moving from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, Gandhiji wrote 2 books. One book, Young India, another one is there, Navajivan. Before that, I told Gandhi autobiography. What was the autobiography written by Gandhiji?
Experiments with the truth.
My experiments. Oh, very good. My experiments with the truth. There, very good. So while Gandhiji was participating in this Dandi march, that means he going from Sabarmati to Dandi. He wrote 2 books there. Don't forget that once. It is Young India and Navajivan. If this question asks, definitely you have to write this point there. Young India and Navajivan, 2 books written by Gandhiji. While Gandhiji going for a Dandi march, Dandi Satyagraha or Salta Satyagraha. So remember this date is very clearly March 12th to 5th April. Okay, that means 6th April breaking law, but reaching Dandi 5th April. Don't forget. 390 kilometers, 78 delegates, 23 days, starting from March 12th, 1932 to 5th April 1930. Don't forget, wrote 2 books, Young India, Navajivan, during this journey. Then Jawaharlal Nehru was arrested for breaking the law in Allahabad. See, another important questions. Allahabad means who was a leader in Allahabad? Jawaharlal Nehru. Tamil Nadu, which persons? Tamil Nadu, which person? C. Rajagopalachari. Sometimes question will ask Tamil Nadu, they won't ask Tamil Nadu. They will tell South India who was a leader. So then you write the same person. C. Rajagopalachari, only South India also. Jawaharlal Nehru, Allahabad. Allahabad, not Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is different place. Okay, Ahmedabad it is in Gujarat. Allahabad it is in Uttar Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh Nehru. If question asks Uttar Pradesh, question asks Allahabad, Jawaharlal Nehru. Then South India or Tamil Nadu, C. Rajagopalachari. Kerala, K. Kelappans. Then Northwest Frontier. He is known as a father of Northwest Frontier also there. Okay, Khan. Abdul Ghaffar. Okay, very good, excellent. The man who stood against the opposition of India, partition of India. When the partition of India taken place? India divided into 2 parts.
1937.
He stood against this one only. Opposed the partition of India. As Abdul Ghaffar, he was a leader in the northwest provinces. And Raidillu was the leader of Nagaland, northeast. So here, the leaders of Salta Satyagraha in different places, you have to remember. Jawaharlal Nehru, Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad. Then Tamil Nadu, South India, C. Rajagopalachari. Kerala, Malabar, K. Kelappans. Northwest Frontier, Khan Abdul Ghaffar. Nagaland, Raidillu. Then Jawaharlal Gandhiji means Dandi. But Gandhiji was imprisoned. He was imprisoned in the which jail? Yerawada jail in Pune. Then who continued this one? That is another question. Abbas Tyabji took the leaderships and led the movements. Don't forget. When the Gandhiji was arrested and imprisoned in the jail, the Gandhi's movement was continued by another leader, Abbas Tyabji. Don't forget about this one. So, okay, Abbas Tyabji was one of the leader. Okay, one of the leader of the All India Muslim League and everything. Don't forget about that. And if you speak that once, he was one of the first president of All India Muslim League also there. That you have to remember, Abbas Tyabji. Don't forget. So Gandhiji was imprisoned. Then Abbas Tyabji took the leaderships. Don't forget. Bala Gangadhar Tilak died. Gandhiji took the leaderships. Don't forget. This is a very, very important point. You have to remember always. Okay. So Jawaharlal Nehru, Allahabad. Gandhiji, Gujarat. Okay. South India, Rajagopalachari. Tamil Nadu, Rajagopalachari. Nagaland, Raidillu. Northwest Frontier, Khan Abdul Ghaffar. Malabar, Kerala, Kelappan. Don't forget all these points. It is very important. So during this Dandi March only, he has written two books there, Young India and the Navajivan India. Okay. Still what? Today we have class, my dear. Hello. You have class today? Nobody is talking. Hello. Hello.
No, sir.
Can you hear me, Girish?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So okay. Till what time I have to continue class? You tell me.
5:30.
5:30. 5:30. Okay. 5:30. Tomorrow, tell me your timing. Can I take it till 6 o'clock or 6:30? 3 hours also, no problem. One more I want to know.
Yes.
You tell me your timing. You must be comfortable because today sir was telling they should have the time for reading also, practice also. You tell your time, accordingly I will take. Tomorrow I am going for medieval history and I will finish this one. I think a few more slides are 35 only over. Tell me, my dear, tomorrow's timing. Then accordingly I will
We'll inform you, sir. After discussion. We'll inform you after discussion.
Okay. So it's until what time? 5?
30. Sir.
Okay. So here I already we discussed there Karachi sessions, 1931, Vallabhbhai Patel's fundamental rights. Already we discussed these points. The roundtable, I think some slides repeated it seems because maybe technical issues. Roundtable conference 1930, 31, 32. Okay, it's very important. Then future Constitution of India, a review of Indian Council Act 1919, Simon Commission report in 1927, later published in 1930. 1927, why it is there? Because Simon Commission was appointed in 1927, came to India 1928, submit the report in 1930. So round table conference, what was the main objective? If this question asks, immediately remember these 3 points. To talk about the Constitution of India, to review the Indian Council Act of 1919, that means Monday Chelmsford. To talk about, to review Simon Commission reports. So because of these 3 things only, round table conference was made there. Then they have discussed many other points. So round table conference was held in London. First session 30. Okay, don't forget. Okay. Then the second one 31 and the last one 32. So there are 2 sessions comes there. First session, what is the main agenda points? Parliament system, constitutional developments. Second one, I already discussed with you, communal representative. As I told you just before I told you. Second session, second roundtable conference, Gandhiji attended, but it was failure because of communal issues, communal electorate. Gandhiji came back. He doesn't want communal electorate and dividing the Indian society into different groups based on the religion. Gandhiji doesn't want, or Gandhiji did not want. So he came back. So question can ask, what was the main objective of roundtable conference? At least you can basic things you have to write. Main objective write future Constitution of India, Indian Council Act 1919, Simon Commission 1927. Don't forget. Okay. So 1932 to 19. Don't forget this is very important. Okay. First sessions. And the third sessions, no Congress party participated. They're talking about the provincial autonomy, federal system that was never implemented also there. So this was the another practice in third session also there. Autonomy, federal system, but no Congress party participated because all the leaders were in the jail. Then Gandhi-Irwin Pact in 1931. Roundtable conference was held in 1931. Already we discussed. 1930, Salta Satyagraha, Gandhiji and many leaders were imprisoned there. Lord Irwin wanted the issue to be an end. So he released the Gandhiji from the jail. Okay, Eravada jail, Pune, 1931. Then Congress President Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel authorized Gandhiji to talk with Lord Irwin. Why? Because Gandhiji was not there. Gandhiji was not there. On name of Gandhiji, Sardar Vallabhai Patel had a talk with Lord Irwin, though it is known as Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Okay, so Gandhiji was in Yerawada jail in Pune. Sardar Vallabhai Patel, nominee of Gandhiji, went and talked to Lord Irwin. That was known as a Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Actually, Gandhi was not present. Okay, along with the Lord Irwin. This is a very important point I am telling. Sardar Vallabhai Patel went in name of Gandhiji. Gandhiji met Irwin and had a negotiation later. So this was the first times two were meeting as equal. Before that, there was not like that. Then Pune Pact in 1932 is very, very important points. Pune Pact is also known as communal awards. Okay, in this one, there is a difference between Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and this is not related to what is British peoples. It is a agreement between Gandhiji and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Can you hear me what I'm telling?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, Pune Pact means don't confuse with like Lucknow Pact or don't make it confuse. This is agreement between Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Gandhiji because Dr. B.R. Ambedkar wanted a separate electorate for lower caste peoples. Okay, so what happened there? The Prime Minister of British in 1932, he announced the communal award. What is a communal award? It is not an award. It is the law. It was the law passed by the Britain parliaments under the prime ministership of Ramsay MacDonald. That is why it is also known as MacDonald, what is a law or MacDonald Pact or MacDonald Agreement. This can be called different way also there. He announced the communal award. What is a communal award? Separate electorate for depressed classes, means lower caste. Separate electorate for Muslims. Separate electorate for white class people. Separate elect for Sikh, Anglo-Indians and Christians. Gandhiji was not ready to accept. Gandhiji was not ready to accept these communal awards announced by Ramsay MacDonald there. So there was an agreement between Mahatma Gandhiji and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. And one more is there. This was actually laid down by him in the first roundtable conference in 1930 also there. Because 1932, remember this one 1932, this was announced by Ramsay MacDonald's. 1931, I told you that once. Gandhiji came back from London. It is because of this one only. Communal, what is a reservation for different category. Gandhiji was not ready to accept. But what happened? Because of the demand from Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Muslim League Party, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar request, British governments, they announced the communal awards, but Gandhiji was not in favor of that ones. Okay. Gandhiji took a fast there in jail. Don't forget, Gandhiji took a fast in jail in Pune. This communal award was announcing time Gandhiji was again in jail there. Don't forget about it. So he was in jail. So what happened there? There was an agreement between Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Gandhiji. Why? Because Gandhiji threatened that he will die through the fast. That means he started fasting till the death there. So people are pressurized Ambedkar and had an agreement between Gandhiji and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In this one, they decided reservation for depressed classes through the joint electorates. Joint electorate, no separate reservations. In joint electorate, then all 500 seats are there. For example, in that one, some seat for depressed classes. Likewise, not a separate electorate for lower class peoples. So Gandhiji accepted, Dr. B.R. accepted. Since Gandhiji was in the jail, Madan Mohan Malaviya had an interaction with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Same just before I told. Just before I told another person names there. Since Gandhiji was in the jail, that person attended that one. Which persons?
Sardar Vallabhai.
Yeah. No. I told about Abbas Tyabji. During the Dandi March, Gandhiji was imprisoned and kept in the Yerawada jail in Pune. Abbas Tyabji took the leadership. That is one I told. Second, I told another person was sent there. Who was? Tell me. Sardar Vallabhai Patel there. Excellent. Sardar Vallabhai Patel. So here three people name I am telling. Gandhiji was arrested during the time of Dandi March. Abbas Tyabji took the leaderships. One. Second one. Here we discuss about that once. Since Gandhiji was in the jail, Sardar Vallabhai Patel's went and spoke to Lord Irwin's in name of the Gandhiji. Now, third person here, since Gandhiji was in the jail, Madan Mohan Malaviya, already we discussed Champaran revolt. Madan Mohan Malaviya and Dr. Ambedkar had a discussions. Madan Mohan Malaviya actually represented Gandhiji, or Madan Mohan Malaviya went and had a discussion with Dr. Ambedkar on the name of Gandhiji, since Gandhiji was in the jail there, don't forget. In that once, what actually happened there, lower caste people got more seat. Their demand is only 80 seat, but they got 147 seats there. Okay, so communal award was based on the findings of Indian franchise community called the Lothian Committee there. Leave it, that not forget. So, but don't, you have to remember this pact is very important. Pune Pact in 1932. That means agreement between Gandhiji and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar wanted to separate electorate for depressed classes, but Gandhiji was in not favor of this one. Gandhiji was against these ideas. Since Gandhiji was in the jail, on behalf of Gandhiji, Madan Mohan Malaviya had a dialogue with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Gandhiji started fasting unto death there. So people pressurized Ambedkar to have a discussion with Gandhiji. But Ambedkar had a direct connection, had a conversation with Madan Mohan Malaviya. In that one, they decided through the joint electorate. Joint electorate means all will join. That means the depressed class, Muslims, Hindus, European Sikhs, Anglo-Indians, Christians, all will join together. In that one, they will get a reservation. Likewise, they decided. Okay, so that's what that means reserved a seat for depressed classes in provincial legislature through joint electorate only. That was the decision made between Ambedkar and Madan Mohan Malaviya, who came on behalf of Gandhiji. So this is known as Pune Pact. Pune Pact is also known as Communal Award. Communal Award is also known as what is a McDonald's, what is an announcement? McDonald announcement, Pune Pact, Communal Award. These are all same meaning. On name of Gandhiji, Madan Mohan Malaviya signed. Okay, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar accepted. Gandhiji was in the jail. This was known as Pune Pact there. Okay, can I stop now? Anyway, we cannot finish it off because information's that many. Because my dear children, we are talking about the freedom movement. That much informations are there. How much fast I run also. Again, so many things are there to discuss. See, so many things are to offer. A lot of things are Quit India movements, Cripps missions. See, all this we have to discuss. INAs, Wavell plans, Gandhi after 1946. Okay, direct actions, cabinet missions, that already know. Meerut. Then the 1947's announcements. Then this is important, which I want to discuss. Although I thought of discussing today, but there is no time. So what to do now? Tell me, my dear. What is the tomorrow timing? Tomorrow timings?
3:30 to 5:30, sir.
3:30 to 5:30. Okay. So tomorrow 3:30 to 5:30. Shall I start the modern medieval history, or I have to continue, finish this one and go for medieval history? Which you want?
Finish this one.
Time problem. Huh?
Finish this one, sir.
Finish this, sir.
Finish this one and we'll go to that one. Excellent. Very good. Excellence. Excellent. Okay. Super. And tell me after that, I don't know. If you tell me, I will take the class. What about your preparations? Is a recorded next week any classes? Everything you have to tell me.
Yes, sir.
What about your next week plan there? I think we can discuss like we can have discussion like this,
Yes,
for your practice. You are practicing,
Yes,
I am discussing. You can listen, you can note down. You can call me, my dear, anytime you can call me and you inform me. I will have the class for you. You tell me, sir, this time we are free. This time no Angur Pandey sir class. This time actually we don't have test. You inform to me, I will plan it. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.